Hello children, welcome back to English with Kashish. Today we are going to do the third part of our heroes for today. Do you remember the other heroes we talked about? The little incidences that we are talking about, the heroes of our country. Do you remember? The first was the bicycle thief, the second was the auto rickshaw driver, and the third is a peon. We are talking about a very simple man whose name is Uttam Tupe. He was a peon, and what he did in his little hands, whatever he could do for our country, let's find out in this chapter. Okay, so this is the third part, that is the C part, the peon novelist. An under trial who was under treatment in a district level hospital escaped from the hospital while the police constable had been lost in reading a juicy novel. Of course, the police force nabbed the culprit within hours. The particular police constable from whose vigilance the under trial had escaped was anticipating punishment for his lax mood. However, the SP forced on him a strict warning, a token punishment. Do you know why? The constable was a voracious reader of literature. There was a wrong man in a wrong place. Now, this is a very small incident. A prisoner was in the hospital. He was undergoing a treatment. Now, he escaped because the peon, the constable, was reading a book. He was busy reading a book. They caught the guy, they caught that prisoner, and everyone was thinking that this fellow who was busy reading a book will be given a severe punishment. But he was not given because he was actually not doing something bad. He was a voracious, that means a very highly interested reader, and he just was in a wrong place at the wrong time. He was not supposed to read at that time, but he started reading. So they did not give him a bad punishment, they left him with a warning. Now, who was this guy? He was Uttam Tupe. Uttam Tupe has written several hundred short stories and 16 novels. One of his books has also been made into a successful play, another into a feature film. He has won several literary prizes instituted by private and government organizations. But there is more to his success than popular appeal. Tupe also helps to correct the social ills about which he is so eloquently writes. He mostly wants to highlight the social ills in our country. What are social evils? They are like domestic violence, dowry, killing someone over property. These are all social evils. So he writes about them and makes the world aware of what all is happening in the country. Tupe, who was 47 at that time, whose poor village family made ropes from wild creepers, dropped out of school and left home at the age of 11. When he was very young, when he was 11-year-old, he left home. Coming to Pune, he got a job as a gardener boy. Okay, he used to work in a garden. But his desire to learn was so strong that he persuaded his employer to give him lessons. Anyone who wants to achieve anything will do it anyhow and any kind of circumstances, right? So if you want to learn something, you will learn in whatever comes your way. And faithfully struggled through difficult textbooks. So he asked his employer that please help me study, and his employer used to give him any kind of random textbooks and he used to study those. Okay, it was difficult for him, but he tried his best. Later, Tupe made great friends with some schoolboys who introduced him to the Marathi classics, which ignited him a passion for literature. He started liking literature, or that means English writing. In 1975, Tupe contacted a magazine publisher hoping to interest him in some song lyrics he had written. Immediately recognizing Tupe's talent, the publisher suggested. What did he suggest to this young man, who now worked as a peon at the Pune archives? Try his hand at prose as well. So he used to write poetry. When they started reading his poetry, they said, you should write prose also. Why don't you try your hand in that? And at that point, what was he doing? He was a peon at the Pune archives. So inspired, he said, okay, why not? When someone is telling me, I should do it. He got inspired. Tupe got to work writing in the rustic dialect of his native Satara district. Where does he live? He lives in Satara. Okay, so he started writing there. He crafted a short story on the evils of the dowry system. What is dowry system? Dowry is when a girl is getting married to a boy, the girl is supposed to give boy lots of things that can include money, jewelry, car, anything. So many people actually get married only for dowry. This happens in India, yes, a lot. So dowry system is not good. It was immediately published and a few months later Tupe received a rupees 501 cash prize from the Marathi Sahitya Parishad, which is a big amount at that time, right? In all his works, Tupe is concerned with the crushing burdens poor villagers carry. Poor villagers carry so many burdens on their head, isn't it? So many of his literature tell us that. Now, Zulva, the most popular novel, which is his most popular novel? Zulva, deals with the plight of Devdasis. Other themes include, now these are other themes. We learnt about dowry, then comes the crushing burdens poor villagers carry, then the plight of Devdasis. Okay, what are the other themes that include? They are superstitions. Now in lot of villages, lot of people are very superstitious about so many things. They can actually take life of their own children when they are told by a pandit or someone that they need that. That's a very, very bad social evil. Dowry murders and the problems of unemployed youth and migrants. So many people don't get jobs and they go to suicide. That's a very, very sad social evil in our country. By highlighting social evils, Tupe says, I hope to make people do something about them. Now he says so many people don't know about these kind of social evils that exist in our community and what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. So if I tell people about these things, then at least someone will take an action and these will get abolished. Moreover, Tupe himself takes action. He himself likes to do it. He is not the person who only writes and tells the world, but he also does a lot about it. He arranged for Jagan, the Devdasi on whom he based Zulva, to marry an educated village youth, thus rescuing her from prostitution. So he himself got one girl out of that prostitution racket, got her married to a very educated man. So imagine what now the world will think about this man, that he is so good that he changed the life of a girl who was going through a lot of mental trauma. He has helped more than a dozen women get married without having to pay dowry, as well as getting 3 young widows remarried. Even widows were not to marry in villages, they don't marry a girl whose husband has died. In addition, Tupe has paid for the education of 3 poor girls. Isn't that awesome? He mainly does a lot about girls, because girls are in villages are not very widely spoken about the problems that they face. So he helps them a lot. He is constantly after his mostly illiterate neighbors to send their children to school. So he has neighbors who don't send their children to school. So he is after their life to send them to school. Because many Marathi publishers don't pay their authors much. Uttam Tupe continues to work as a peon and he lives with his wife. Although he writes very well, but he is not paid well. So he can't take care of his family. So he has to work as a peon also, and he works as a writer, and he lives with his wife. His wife's name is Jijabai, and his 2 sons, whose names are Vinod and Milind, in his 1-room home in crowded, noisy Pune slum. The only time it's quite enough to write is from midnight till 4 a.m. Nevertheless, he's content. The only time that he gets to write is night from 12 to 4, because then he has to go back to his duty. That's the time he writes. He lives with his 2 sons and wife in a very, very small room in between the slum. But then he says, I'm happy, I'm content with whatever I'm doing. Right? Such a great person to know. I provide my family with 2 square meals a day, he says. One of my sons is a college graduate and another will be entering college soon. So with so much of struggle in his life, he's made sure that both his kids are studying well. Writing has given me a sense of purpose and helped me reach out to people. What more could a peon ask for? Underline, what more could a peon ask for? That he is able to provide his family food, he is able to tell the world about the social evils that are already running in the country, and the writing has given him a sense of purpose. If you don't have a sense of purpose to live, there's no meaning of living, right? You should wake up in the morning with a smile that yes, I want to do this today. So that's the sense of purpose. So what was his sense of purpose? Writing. It made him live happy, right? So this is our lesson. Now there's only one question about it, but I hope I have made this chapter very clear to you. It's a very simple chapter about this peon who does a lot in spite of being a peon. So discuss Tupe's contribution to the upliftment of the poor people of his own neighborhood. What does he do for his own neighborhood? He is constantly after his mostly illiterate neighbors to send their children to school. He wants everyone to be educated, at least make their children go to school and college with whatever they have in their hand. That was his dream. Okay, so this is our story, The Peon Novelist. I finish here. I will see you soon with another chapter, prose or poetry. Bye-bye, Kashish.